Well, the third round of stimulus checks are still going out to some Americans, others already putting that money to good use. But now some may have to give their checks back. 11 Alive's Chanu Her spoke to a financial expert about who falls into that group.
President Joe Biden's American Rescue Plan gave millions of people a third stimulus check up to $1,400, and it seems to be helping. The Commerce Department reported retail sales surged nearly 10% in March after people got their payments, but now some people may have to pay it back.
That could be the group of folks who were deceased towards the end of 2020, where the government didn't know about it at the time when they issued these stimulus payments. It could also be non-resident aliens who may have erroneously received a stimulus payments.
Financial expert Andrew Poulos says anyone who died before January 1st, 2021 is not entitled to the payments, and the IRS describes non-resident aliens as an individual who is not a U.S. citizen or U.S. national and hasn't passed the green card or substantial presence test. Poulos says if you know you're not entitled to the stimulus payment, he advises you to send it back as soon as possible.
You don't want to get in a situation where you prolong the inevitable and then you have the IRS basically at some point in time who's going to come knocking on the door asking for the money.
He says because people receive their payments differently, returning it will be different for each person as well.
If you've received a check in the mail and you have not cashed a check, you may just want to go ahead and write void on the back on the signature line and mail it to the office that's on the IRS website, back to them. If you received a direct deposit or debit card where you've cashed it and put the money in your account, certainly you can return the money either by making a check payable to the U.S. Treasury.
Poulos says of the millions of people who got the checks, he doesn't think there are many who will have to return the money, and he thinks some of the mistakes may just be system errors.
Things happen, and so it's not a perfect system.
Well, if you know that you qualify for a third stimulus check, but you still haven't received it, here are 3 things that you can do. Make sure your information with the IRS is up to date. Your check may have been deposited into a different bank account, or it could have been mailed to an old address. File your taxes. The checks are based on your income, and the IRS needs to make sure you qualify before they can send the money to you. And finally, see if your check got garnished. If you have unpaid bills and a court order against you, there is a chance a debt collector may have taken it. The IRS adds people who don't normally file a tax return should do so for the 2020 tax year. That will not only ensure that you get a third check, but also the upcoming child tax credit if you qualify for that. The IRS says people who are homeless still also qualify for those payments.